Hello everybody and welcome to today's battle report for Spectre Operations V3, and today's mission is called Operation Condor. Okay everyone, so this is the map that we're going to be playing over today. It's going to be in a rural countryside somewhere in Eastern Europe, and it's all going to be about a criminal element that's going to try to sell a dangerous warhead to a militant unit. Cover on here we'll go through as the game goes on, but this game is going to be done in early hours of the morning, so the visibility is going to be quite low. So every time a Spectre, a tier 2 unit moves, they roll a 1d6. If a 1 is rolled, they are heard and the militant forces will be alerted and start moving towards them. The criminal element is going to start on over here, already in place, and will be alert, and the militant units are going to come on from this area here with 3 vehicles, one with a Browning, 1 van and 1 pickup truck that is carrying the leader of the militant unit. So let's have a look at the forces and see what they're comprised of. Alright then, let's start from the back then. First off, for the militants, you're going to have 1 militant unit there with truck and heavy machine gun. They're the first ones to come on to secure the area. Then you're going to have another militant unit with 1 van and 1 pickup truck with the leader, and they're going to come in second and do the meet. This is going to be a trained unit, as these are all the leader's bodyguards. We're going to have 1 criminal unit led by a Russian mafia. They're already going to be on the boards in the area and will be alert. And then we're going to have 2 tier 2 teams. 1 team of 6, which are going to move in and do the overwatch and take out any units near the main road. And then you're going to have a 4-man assault unit who are going to move in through the woods and try to take out the criminal element and the militia as they are going to do the exchange. Okay, this is going to be a 6-turn mission. If we will roll, if it still doesn't achieve anything by 6 turns, we're then going to try a 7th turn, see if we can do anything on that one there. But let's go down, let's start the battle report and see how things emerge. Alright then, so end of turn 1, the Russian mafia guy with the weapons in position alert. The first militia unit has moved on. They've moved the heavy machine gun just at the end of the road there and deployed some of their men out looking outwards. And the 1 tier 2 team has come on down here, and the other one is moving through the scrapyard at the back. Because these have moved on, we're going to roll a 1d6. If they roll a 1, they've been alerted, and the militants will start moving towards them to see what happens. A 6, no, they've not been caught. So let's move on to turn 2 and see what happens on the next turn. Okay, end of turn 2. The assault team has started to move up through the woods down there now. They're just starting to move through. The militia leaders come on. They reversed the van up onto the dirt track and stopped, and they've all disembarked and started to move up there. Because they're moved, we're going to roll a 1d6 again, just to make sure they made no noise and see if they've been heard. A 2. No, they're still covert and still moving successfully through. Okay, let's go to the next move and go to turn 3. End of turn 3. These militia units that moved here yet, the militia command with his trained team unit have started moving up the road, and they're just about to meet the Russian mafia man from there. Special forces team are now moved in position in the woods, ready to open up when the meet starts, and this team has moved forward here. Okay, so let's roll the dice to see if they've been spotted on their movement or anything. So for the team in the woods, they're okay. And the team that's just moved up behind the car, they're okay. Okay, let's go on to turn 4 and see what happens now. Okay, so we're still in the middle of turn 4. The militia units just changed positions there. They've now moved up to the Russian mafia to talk about the weapon and do the exchange, but the special forces are about to open up. First of all, we're going to start down with these ones down here. What's going to happen is they're going to split the fire. These 3 are going to fire onto them there, and these 3 are going to fire onto them there. So we'll sort that firing out first. They are all going to double tap onto these. So they're a tier 2 unit. The ballistics are 4. So let's do the first one first. So 6 dice, hitting on 4 for the ones in the vehicle. So they've got 3 misses there, but they've got 2 hits. I'm going to give that soft cover for the vehicle there. So their situational awareness for militant is 9, so they're going to need 8 pluses to pass. And they pass 1 and fail 1. So 1 went through, we've got 1 kill. Killing on a 5 plus. And they do not kill, however they've still got 1 shot went through, so they're going to have to do situational awareness for that team there. And because it's all one team, we're going to put it all together after the firing's finished. So they've got 1 situational awareness first. This team's now going to open up double tap, and they're going to try to take on these 2 here. So 6 dice again. Not good shooting so far. Needing 4 pluses. So there's 2 failures there, but 4 went through, so it's better shooting. Situational awareness, I'm going to, for them again, for military is 9, I'm going to give them soft cover, so they're going to need 8 pluses. So they saved 1, they saved 2, but 2 went through. So that's 2 casualties, hitting on the 5, killing on the 5 plus, 1 casualty and 1 survived. So we're going to take out the machine gunner because that is the main point that we need to get rid of first. However, for all that firing, they have got 4 dice for their stress. The stress is 5s, so they need to beat 5 pluses. So let's see what they get. So they saved every single one of them. So they're fine and good and still in combat. So that wasn't very good shooting by them there, and that's not a good start for the tier 2 team. However, these are going to open up now, and they're going to also split the fire as well. So the 2 on this side here are going to fire up at the criminal element, and the 2 here are going to fire there. They're going to double tap, and we'll see what happens. So let's do onto the criminal element first. Hitting on 4 pluses. So they hit 3 times. Criminal element awareness is 10. However, I would say that most of them are in the open, so I'm not going to do any cover for them. So they need 10 plus to saves. They don't save any, so 3 shots went through. Killing on 5 pluses. And they killed 1, but saved 2. So let's take 1 away from there. Right, they need to do stress 10 now. There's 5s, but they had 3 shots go through. One kill, so that's 4 dice. They need 5 pluses. And they only saved 1. So they are classed as untrained. They failed by 3. So this element generates no momentum and is now pinned. So let's put a pin marker down on them. So that's the criminal element now pinned up in the top up there. The two special forces now are going to double tap onto the militant unit, which are trained here. So 4 dice, hitting on 4 pluses. And they hit 2. The situation awareness for trained, so I'm going to class them as enlisted on here, is 9 pluses. I'll give them soft cover, so they need 8 pluses to survive. And they get 1, but 1 goes through. They've got no body armour or anything like that, so just killing on a 5 up. And they kill 1. So we're going to take 1 away from there. So they've got to do 2 situational tests now. The enlisted, so their stress is 4s. So 2 dice, they need to beat 4s. And they beat both, so they're fine. So not a good start from the tier 2 unit, not good shooting. So let's move on to turn 5 and see what the fire is going to be put back down onto the tier 2s. Okay then, so militia units have just moved. These 2 have just moved themselves behind the vehicle and 2 moved up there. 1's moved up but just can't make it. They're going to return fire onto these down here, and we'll do that in a minute. This train unit is just moved down there. With a leader going to the back to protect him, and they're going to fire into the wooded area there. So let's do these first. Because they've moved, they're only going to have 1 shot each on each side. So these 2 here are going to fire down onto them. So let's do that first. So they need 6 pluses to hit, and they don't hit anything. These are going to fire over onto these here, again needing 6 pluses, and they get 2 hits. Their situational awareness for tier 2 is 8, but I'm going to class that vehicle as they're hunkered down in hard cover, so that'll be 9, 8, they need 7 pluses. They saved 1, but 1 went through. They've got body armour on there as well, so 5, they need 6 plus to kill, and they don't kill, so just 1 round goes through. The stress for them is 3, so they just need to be 3 plus, and they do, so they're fine. These are going to return fire into these now with 5 shots into the woods. So these are enlisted, so these are hitting on 6 pluses. So they have got 2 hits on that. Now, the tier 2 element, the situation, this is 8. They're in the woods, so I'm going to knock an extra 1 off for that because they're just firing blindness into everywhere. So their awareness goes to 8, and I need 6 pluses. And they saved 1, but 1 went through. They've got body armour, so 6 plus, and 1's dead. So that tier 2 unit there has took a casualty. Their stress is 3, so they need to beat 3 pluses, and they saved them both. But that's not a good start. One man down now for this team, assault team in the woods. These are getting pinned down a bit, and I need to do something quickly with these. Okay, the criminal elements on there can't generate no momentum, and are pinned, so I'm struggling a little bit. But it's now the tier 2 elements turn to do something, and let's see what happens. And we move on to turn 6 as well, so something quick has got to happen in this turn, or we might have to go to another turn. Okay, before we start turn 6, these have got to do something really drastically here onto these, and they're going to double tap again these three onto these two here, and these three onto them two there. So let's do these three first. So 6 dice. I need to hit on 4 pluses. So 2 3 failures. Their situation awareness for enlisted militants, should I say, is 9. I'm going to give them hard cover because they are dunked down behind that vehicle there. So 9s. That would take them down to 7s. So they need 7 pluses. They saved 2. So 1 went through, killing on a 5 plus, and they don't kill, but they've still got 1 situation awareness to do, which is a 4 5 plus, which they survive. So they're still hunkered down, them two behind there. Not good shooting by these, but let's see if these can do any better onto these two here. So again, 6 shots, double tapping, needing 4 pluses. So that's 1 failure. So they've got better shooting there. 5 gone through. I'm going to give them soft cover there because, actually no, I'm going to give them hard cover. So they need 7 pluses on the situation awareness to save. So they saved 1. So 4 shots went through. Killing on 5 pluses. 1 went out. 1 dead. So that's not too good, that, but it's a good stress test for these over here. So we're going to take him off here. So the stress for militant is 5 plus. Let's see what happens. They say 3, but got 2. And these are now suppressed and will only generate 1 momentum in the next turn. So they're winning the firefight, but not getting there very quickly. These are going to open up now again onto these. Again, double tapping. 6 dice. Hitting on 4 pluses, and they need to do a better job, these, because they're winning the battle, losing the battle. So 1 failed again, 5 went through. Situation awareness test for this. They're enlisted, so the 4, so the 9s, I'll give them soft cover, so they need 8 pluses. So they saved 2, but 3 went through, so that's 3 casualties. As I knock my dice off. Killing on 5 pluses. So 2 dead. That's a big stress test now for this unit here. So we're going to take 2 away from there. We're starting to win the firefight a little bit. Let's see what happens. So they're enlisted, so they're 4s. So they passed 3, but failed 1. So failed by 1, shocked. They only uses 1 momentum next turn. So at the end of that turn, these have only got 1 momentum. These have only got 1 momentum. These have lost a man over here, and their shooting is absolutely terrible. I would have thought they would have done much better against these up there, but at least they got rid of the heavy machine gun gunner. Let's move on to the last turn then. I did get the turns wrong a little bit before, but this is turn 6. So, and then if nothing happens after this, then we will roll to see if there's another turn or if the mission has failed. Okay then, last turn. Because these have only got 1 momentum each, they're just going to fire back. So first of all, these 3 over here are going to fire into the woods, exactly the same as last time. They are trained, so they need 6 pluses. and they got 2 hits. I'm going to give situations again for them in the woods 6. So they need 6 to pass. And they don't pass any, so 2 go through. So 2 rounds go through there. They are killing on 5 pluses. So they've got battle rifles. And they killed 2. That is not good at all for this unit here. So they've only got 1 left. Okay, so this tier unit's for stress is 3. 4 dice, he's got to save these. So he saved 2, but 2 went through. So that unit is now suppressed. Over at the back here in the woods. That is not good at all for that tier 2 unit. These are going to open up again now. See if these can do the same to this. These 2 are going to fire there, just single rounds. And they're militant, so they need 7 pluses. And they've got 2 hits as well. Situational awareness is 9. Hard cover for the big rock that is there. So they need 7 pluses. And they saved both, so they've done quite well there. Just 1 more to fire, which is him over to them over there. Needing 7 pluses. And he doesn't get it. He only goes rolls a 6. So we've come to the end of that turn. So we're going to roll the dice now. If I roll 4, 5 or 6, we're going to continue for a next go. If we don't, the game's going to be over. The tier 2 element's going to withdraw, and I think that the militant unit will withdraw as well. So let's see what happens. Let's use the big chunky chain of command dice. So 4, 5 and 6, we go for another turn. A 1. No, we don't. So game's over. Didn't go very well at all. And we'll move to the wrap up. Okay then, so the end of game did not go the way of the tier 2 units at all. Poor shooting at the start. These just hunkered down. As soon as you get into cover, it's hard to hit. This unit here did do very well at all to start off with for the militant enlisted unit, but took 3 of the assaulters out for the tier 2 unit. Criminal element was pinned down. They couldn't do anything really up the top there. Again, overall, a good game. I do apologise if I've got a few things wrong, but I'm trying to keep the rules to the basics. So if anybody's getting into Spectre V3, they can pick it up dead quickly. And again, this game has surprised me with a different outcome, because when I play tested this game, yet again, it was the most easiest, simplest mission I've ever done for the tier 2. They came on, they wiped out these here, they then started to move the left flank, moving up there and dominate the battle space. These were up here, pinned them and made them rush off to the boards in that direction, and the criminal element at the top was wiped out. So, poor dice rolling changed the outcome of the game. However, I hope everybody enjoyed that. I hope you thought it was a good game. If you've got any comments, or if you like it, please make sure you press the like button. Leave comments at the bottom. There's more battle reports coming soon. I'm going to try to start using some more of the technical rules. The one that I used was just a house rule, you know, for detection, for ease during the game. But this system is a sandbox and you can do anything you want. So I'm looking forward to the next game. I have thinking of getting some British Armed Police and bank robber situations and getting some terrain for that. Start building that up, but we'll see what happens. Okay, thank you everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. please like, please subscribe, and look out for more battle reports coming soon. Thank you very much.